Right, how's it going, guys? This is your boy Jay with a brand new video, and yes, as you can see by the title, it is YouTuber 5-a-side competitive Adidas Tango League. This is what's going down. Yesterday, as well, yeah, the day you're watching this video, yesterday was the final qualifiers, and I myself got myself a team full of YouTubers that you're probably going to recognize once you see everyone that is going to be participating in my squad. We went down, we had 3 games to play. It was quite tough. Obviously going to go through all the games one by one and show you how well we did, who scored the goals, just all the action. I managed to capture it on, obviously, you know, got some good shots that I'm going to be going over. And yeah, obviously thank you to Adidas for having us down there and obviously allowing us to, you know, play at, it was in Shoreditch Power League. They completely kitted the place out. It looked absolutely amazing. Obviously you're going to see, obviously, you know, Adidas branding, logos, all that sort of shiz, and it just looked great. So without further ado, let's get into the first game. Right, so I hate to be the one who gets the excuses in straight away, but going into this first game, we had half our team missing and our starting lineup was just all messed up, and yeah, let's just get into the game. So first game was against Rambo's Hose, I think, or Rambo's Heroes, no idea what his team name was called, but it's having a YouTuber who goes by the name of Rambo FYI. I didn't get off to the best of starts because they got a penalty straight away. I was still adjusting my camera at this point, so you didn't see them score, and I promise I didn't do that on purpose. But anyway, as you can see, we kind of, you know, slowly grow into the game. We got Andrew here playing a nice ball here to E-Man in the centre. E-Man tries to beat his man, it just falls to the goalkeeper. He actually fumbles it. Alfie tries to get a shot in from a weird angle, and I didn't think much was going to come from that. But anyway, as you see, we got Qasa here, nice little link up play of E-Man, and look at that for a finish and the through ball as well. It was just brilliant, and a brilliant move to get us back into the game. It was 1-1, but shortly after it was now 2-1. So as you can imagine, this is 5-a-side, so the goals do flow in quick, you know, but sometimes they say when it rains it pours, and that's definitely not because it's raining right now at the time we're recording this. But as you can see, there's got Marcus there, literally just pounced on the mistake of Ali not coming out and picking up the ball there, and that's the sort of things I meant. Ali was on our goalkeeper, so fair play to him to actually jump in and then trying out his best. We've got Rambo here in the middle, plays it out wide, nice little save from Ali. And there you go, and you can see he picks up the ball, falls out here wide to the left hand side to find Alfie. Alfie with a nice turn and the left foot finish, and there you go, it is 2-2, and we are now back into this game. But as you can see, they get a free kick here, they play it back, Rambo plays it out wide to his number 6, I think, number 9, I don't know, finds it back to Rambo, and Rambo is able to put it through the legs of Ali. As you see, we've got the back now with Qasa. He finds out Andrew here on this right hand side. Andrew, nice little cross control, step overs, and there's the finish, and it's free. There wasn't much too long in this left. Now I can't even get my words out left in this game. A short throw, and look at that for a save and the commitment, and Marcus just can't finish off his dinner there. Alfie just slide in, and of course they do get a free kick to him diving in. So unfortunately we didn't get off to the best possible start, which is starting off with defeat only by 1 goal, and considering that, you know, half of our team was missing, didn't have the starting line that we wanted, and all those things that just didn't go in our favour, including giving away a penalty at the beginning of the game, we were quite confident going into the next one. Going into this second game that we had, this was the actually first game we played against that was actually against an actual team. I think I've just said actually about 4 times in that one sentence. But when I say actual team, this was actually a group of boys who actually play together regularly, and not just a group of friends put together like how our squad was assembled. But straight away, we actually see E-Man go close here by hitting the crossbar, and it's just a bit unfortunate that he couldn't put it in. And as you can see, this guy was trying to hit my GoPro, man. There wasn't any GoPro challenge here, so I'm not sure what he was trying to do with that one. But here, it was our first real chance. As you can see, Qasa Qasa, lovely bit of close ball control to E-Man, gives it a hit off to Alfie, off the wall, and Alfie doesn't need a second invitation to try and slot that one in to the bottom corner. So that's point. It was 1-0 to us. As you see, there was a good save there from Sharky. And now you're probably wondering what's going on here. It's me being a bad cameraman and trying to sort it out, and they scored, so it's now 1-1. But anyway, let's get back to the action. So as you can see, we did make an impact substitution, and when I say impact, I mean a big impact, and that was by subbing on Chunkz. But as you can see here, we got Andrew with a nice bit of ball control here, finds E-Man. E-Man just can't get the ball close to him because it was actually really slippery, and the ball just slipped off your feet sometimes. And as you can see, Alfie just forced us a free kick, and it made us just, you know, slow the game down a little bit. As you can see here, lovely win back from the ball from Andrew, but that's literally just how it goes. You win the ball back, it's somehow swept off your feet, and it's now they're in the lead. Point now, we were 2-1 down. Nice little tackle from Andrew, and look at the shot from E-Man. It was just so good. I had to show you it twice. Forced a really good save from the keeper there. So at this point, they had the ball now. They was coming to try and tackle down this right hand side. Andrew does get the ball back. Lovely bit of shielding to shield off one. Goes past two. Alfie touches it back into his path, and can we call that 3.5 men he just beat, because he did foul him in the end. As you can see, we've got their number 2 here. Plays it out wide. Sharky tries to go for the chip, and Sharky again with a really good save. And for a standing goalkeeper, hats off to you, man. Sharky does distribute it. It does find its way to E-Man. E-Man with a nice little chip, and oh my god. If Alfie had somehow just got a little bit more on that and was able to direct it just a tiny bit more to the right, that probably would have been the best goal you would have seen today in this video. Unfortunately, it does come off the post, and we are still 2-1 down. Nice little back heel from Andrew. Does find Alfie, is able to turn, does get a shot rebounding and goes straight into his path, and he's able to put that in the back of the net. And we do find ourselves now in a position where we're level. And yeah, it didn't last long. So before you see why I've just paused this and before this carries on, if you understand the rules of 5-a-side, one of the rules of 5-a-side is the ball's not allowed to go overhead height. Now, I'm just going to put this little freeze frame on the screen. Now, be the deciders of your own fate of what you think this is, of whether it was overhead height or not. But, yeah. And, of course, just to add the salt in the wounds, they scored from this attack. So as here we have Sharky here. He does lay it out wide to E-Man. E-Man with a bit of pressure on it, but he is able to hold off his man. The nice little back flick from Andrew, and they just can't find Alfie here. Getting stuck in actually sends the guy to the floor with just a little bit of a you know. And as you can see, we got Andrew here again, really showing off his just that low center of gravity. Eden Hazard, like, you can't knock him off the ball. But as you can see here, it looks like the last bit of play. Somehow their man managed to break through our defense. Sharky does get the ball, tries to get it out, and as you can see, frustratedly kicks it in the net, because that is a second defeat. And it's just really hard to take, knowing that we probably should have really won that game. And again, it's just, this is the way it goes sometimes, man. So we did go into this last game knowing that we probably wasn't going to get much out of today, knowing that we needed to finish, I think it's the top 8 out of 24 teams. And when you've lost your first 2 games, it's pretty hard to do so with any form of rankings. You know, there are the chance of bonus points and wild cards and all those things, but we obviously don't want to rely on things that are not in our control to get us into the next round, which potentially is going to be next week. But we are going to go into the last game, and of course what we did, we just completely rotated the squad. So I'm playing in this match, iSwift is playing in this match, Black's Comedy is playing in this match, and as I commentate, they've already scored. So we're 1-0 down here, but don't worry, it does actually get a little bit better. As you can see, me battling it out there, it does manage to fall its way to Black. Black's turns, and look at that for a finish. What a great way to get ourselves back into this game. And I don't know why I've included this, but that was a bit naughty for me. So as you can see, the ball's thrown out wide. Blacks again is managed able to turn. He does try and find his way through. It falls to E-Man. E-Man. Oh, and the shot's blocked. They do try and counter attack, but Blacks does actually rightly spot that their man did go into the box and does get ourselves a penalty, and it was basically because he called it, he took the penalty. But we're not going to complain anyway if you're going to score, and it's now 2-1 to us. They were using a quite cheap tactic, and unfortunately it was working for them. Is that every kickoff they were seeming to have, or any position, they would literally just blast it at us, get a free kick, and now they've scored. So it's 2-2. So as you can see, lovely little save from Chunkz, and he manages to make it 3 saves in a row with a nice triple save to keep us in the game. So free kick here from that triple save onto Chunkz. I try and feed it through to Blacks here on the right hand side, because he was doing a lot on that right hand side and managing to really beat his man. As you can see, he does it right there. He's now played it into the middle. He finds E-Man on his left foot, and what a rocket to put us back in the lead. And it's now 3-2 to the boys. So this bit was quite, I don't really know. No one really notices it at the time it's happening. But obviously now watching it back, it was quite unsportsmanlike of the team we were playing against. No offense to them, but I feel like someone else in this position may have not just done what's about to happen. So as you can see, we are in the process of making a substitution where we've made our first substitution, which was Andrew coming on. And then we also wanted Ali to come off as well. So as you can see, as I'm going to pause it here, Ali's already ready to take off his bib and Andrew has come in the cage. But the referee's blown the whistle and they've started. Resulting from this, as I carry it on, they score. So we've basically conceded a goal because none of our players were aware of what was going on. But talk about impact subbed, as Sharky first involvement is getting us back in the lead, and it's now 4-3. So I feel like, as this video is my video, this is something that most YouTubers wouldn't show, is because it's them making such a critical error. So as you can see, what's happening now is their defense attack is coming down, and I sort of hesitate of what I was planning to do. I was planning to do some form of scoop turn to try and do it, but I also then didn't want to try and pull it off and then not do it and make myself look like an idiot. But it doesn't really matter when you have a man of AFC Sharky's caliber who's able to just put you back in the lead just like that. So as you can see, in the dying moments, you have to save from Chunkz. E-Man is able to then take the ball out. They hit it up, and that was all she wrote. And the final game did actually finish 5-4 to us, which means we won a game. That is going to be the end of the video. Unfortunately, I can't actually tell you what happens next until I find out, which will be some point this week. Now, I say we're not in the best positions ourselves of actually going through, but then I said, you know, there are the chances of MVPs, which obviously if you most valuable player, and we actually did have E-Man who scored quite a few goals and actually got himself an MVP award. I don't know how many points that counts for and just how it will work, but we'll find out eventually. Of course, smash the like button if you want to see more football videos on my channel. It may not be of this quality of Adidas Tango League, but I will try my best anyways. And yeah, without further ado, make sure to check out everyone's in the description below. And apart from that, this is your boy Jay, and I'll see you. You're getting